artillery. A little out of range for rifle fire, and well within the range of field artillery. And of course, we could call down airstrikes if we could find a concentration of the enemy, or a location where they were obviously building up or something. We could call in an airstrike on that area, and that was effective. But it was primarily artillery.
And then expanding on airstrikes, because this is a relatively new aspect of war, being as how air power had improved so much since World War I. How was that to call in an airstrike as far
Well,
as
the Air Force had what they called forward observers. They were the only, and I have a very good friend here in Lakeland, Bert Kibler, who's since passed away, who was a forward observer, and he used to brag that he was out beyond me, which is true. The forward observers were out in front of the infantry, usually in a building or a high tree or something where they could observe the enemy, and they would, by radio or telephone rarely, but usually by radio, direct contact to the Air Force and call in strikes on enemy positions that they could observe with their eyes or binoculars. So this is the way we could contact the forward observer, or he may have already seen what we're talking about, a concentration of the enemy, a buildup of their vehicles, an obvious collection worthy of air attack, and radio back to his people in the Air Force, and they would send 3 or 4 planes over, to fighter planes, to mow it down. That's the way it worked in practice.
And did it work that way in reality? Would you say that that was an effective tool?
Yes, very effective. Of course, the Germans quickly learned not to gather in collection, not to mass themselves, as we did not, because they were doing the same thing to us, if they could. But any concentration of troops or vehicles or armament or supplies was an open invitation for an airstrike. And that's what we looked for.